shoes. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the prove. You gotta choose, make a choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. Be hating and talking and hating. I bet you I kill the noise. I've been a man like I'm Peyton. I boost up my rating. You know how I play with toys. Pop out on any occasion, get standing ovations. They can't help it but rejoice. They all wanna follow me, cause I got my foot on the opposition neck and ain't no apologies.
Menu narration option is set to off.
You know I own all the property. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. 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 My boys make major moves, still the same ones that I came with. Up in a payment, told you we nothing to play with. Guess some things.
Well, the weather not fully cooperating here in Pittsburgh, but that has not stopped Steeler Nation from filling the stands at a rain-soaked Acrisure Stadium. Today, we've got a week. Well, the weather not fully cooperating here in Pittsburgh, but that has not stopped Steeler Nation from filling the stands at a rain-soaked Acrisure Stadium. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Pulls it in at the 13. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Well, as they say, if you drew it up, you couldn't have drawn it a whole lot better. That's exactly how you want to start the game. Excellent momentum off the opening kickoff.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he's got room. Shoves him aside. Past the 20. 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Josh Jacobs with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. First and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers at their own 22. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. This defense for the Buccaneers, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total.
And this will be caught at the 30. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
And, oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Uses the stiff arm. 66 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. That good for 19 and a first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Hey, 66. Shadow.
On play action, now Brady. This is caught by Evans. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 16. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Extra point put through by Succop, and the lead is up to 8. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Looking for Austin, intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Hey, set. Old 50. Hey, set.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And some room to work. 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Josh Jacobs doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So that challenge, a successful one. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Once again, it's Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
And the Buccaneers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers, let's go ahead and pick it up. And I don't care if they know it on the other side. Here we come, and they got it done.
And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point up and good by Succop, and the lead is up to 15 now. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Trubisky. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Up the middle, it's Hill. And he is going to lose yardage here. Vita Vea stopped that play in its tracks. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know,
and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Max Crosby in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Boy, 179 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On second down, Jacobs. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Reload!
Now he'll throw with Brady. Finding Evans here, going across the middle of the field. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Here's Jacobs. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
One more time with Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Hey, Alabama. 72. Check it.
Brady now on third and goal. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bucs are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point put through by Succop. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it with basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker.
And this throw will be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Rolling to his left. He's got a man, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They give it to Hill running right. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Buccaneers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Tough running there before being wrangled down shy of the 15. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Play action. Now it's Brady. And this one caught downfield by Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans. He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception. So he's got a man, complete. The 20. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 72 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with
pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And the kick is no good, but there are flags behind the line. He's going to get bailed out. I think this is going to be a roughing call. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. They'll try and run for it with Hill. And he'll get in. And they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. The penalty got them half the distance to the goal down to the 1. Made that try a little easier.
Yeah, without a doubt. And it opens up your playbook, doesn't it? From the 1-yard line, run, pass, do whatever you want there. And they did it successfully.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play. And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation. You're all about the numbers, aren't you? All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now. They don't lie. Now a give to Jacobs running right. Uses the stiff arm. 202 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
72.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Josh Jacobs, 24 yards, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Dante Jackson picks it.